What's up? Oh, hey guys, guess what just came? I got this. This is the light mod for the GoPro Hero 8, or any GoPro, and this is the media mod. Since I'm the first guy in the entire world to ever even see these, I'm gonna do a quick unboxing and then we'll test them out. Let me tell you about them. Holy heck. That is a tiny little light for the GoPro, and they're not that expensive. Let's see, is it charged? Oh, it's charged! How do I look? And what else comes in this box? Oh, you got this, a little diffuser to make the light softer if you're sticking it on your face. And it's got this thing, so you can mount it to the bottom of your GoPro, I think. Yeah, that'll let you mount it to the bottom. And then it's got this, so you can charge it. Cool. And so my intent is to see if this is a really decent rig to use for vlogging, for realtors, for making videos, if you get this extra stuff. Paperwork. Nobody, why do they make that? Nobody reads that stuff, right? This is the media mod. This comes with one of these screw things, and this is the actual media mod. Now here's what I know about this. This is a microphone. It's a shotgun mic. It's supposed to be better, in theory, than the built-in mic on your GoPro. And then you got buttons here so you can turn your camera on and start and stop. It just pushes through. And then the cool thing, the most valuable thing to me is this. It's got a jack so you can plug in a real microphone in case this one blows. Spoiler alert, I've heard it blows. And then it's got charging ports, so you can just have this thing running, charged, going, powered forever, just plug it into the wall. And then it has this port here, a little small HDMI out. That is going to be great for seeing this on a screen if you want to. But I think most of us are going to use it to just get the flip-up screen, which is coming soon for the media mod. And with this important feature, the mic input, and these two features, cold shoes, right there, 1, 2 cold shoes, you can mount 2 things on this at a time. For example, you could stick a light right here and an actually good mic on this one here. Whoa, it flashes too, look at that. SOS! This thing has 3 power settings. It's got 2, 3. It's got SOS mode. And apparently it doesn't turn off ever. I think that did it. The way you use this thing is you just attach it to your GoPro Hero 8. And how do you do that? You peel off this door. Never done it before. You're watching me do this live. And you open this thing like this. Yeah. Get the light out of the way. And you slide it in. You slide it in the right way, which is like this, because this has to connect. That's your power, your USB-C. Plugs in there, snaps in. The thing does feel a tiny bit chintzy. It feels kind of plastic. I'd expect more for an $80 part that enhances your GoPro. You'd expect it to be a little bit more solid, but that's what you get. Let's see if it still turns on. It does still turn on through that button. And it needs to be updated with your latest software, so it can be paired with a media mod. So I can't even use this until I pair it, so that's a good thing to know. One thing you need to know is that once you put this media mod on here, it is no longer waterproof. However, this is a GoPro. I think it needs to be tested properly with the media mod and without the media mod. Today we're going to talk mostly about the media mod. I'm going to test that, and we're going to test this. But I'm in California. If you look outside, it's here. Let me record. Look, it's sunny out there, right? And this is a GoPro. What do we need sun for? I feel like I should test this somewhere better than California, where it's 71 degrees and sunny every day. So Ireland's wet. I hear Ireland is wet this time of year. So let me call Lori. I've got a travel agent named Lori. She's amazing. Lori James. You should her links down there if you want to call her. Let me just give her a call and see if she can get me to Ireland today. Hey Lori, Trevor Jones. Hey, I need to do a test on this new media mod that GoPro came out with. Can you get me in a flight today? I want to go to Ireland. Well, yeah, I know it is, but that's why a GoPro is good in weather, and I need a change. All of this warm weather is just getting to me. I need some clouds and rain and wind and stuff so I can really put the go through. Okay. 3:35 p.m. LAX? Yeah, I can be there. Leela, can you do 3:35 LAX? Ireland, are you in or no? Just got that. We can do it. We'll just pack real quick. All right, we gotta go. This is me in an Irish pub with very low light. You can't even see me, so I'm gonna turn the light on. And the cool thing is we have 3 settings of brightness. There's 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Way better. Usually I don't use artificial light like this, but it's better to see me than not see me. The floor is like way too dark. Light works, and this thing's super portable, so I think I'm liking this, even though it's super bright to stare at. Let's talk about the mic. Here, right now I am using the mic on the Media Mod. It's a shotgun mic, so it's supposedly going to cut out more of the background noise. And we're in a pub, there's no music, it's relatively quiet compared to like a restaurant in the United States, but it's kind of the perfect place to test this. So does this sound okay? Let's compare it to me using the built-in mic on the GoPro, which has built-in mics and is probably picking up more of the background noise. So what sounds better, with the built-in mic or the Media Mod mic? And this is what it sounds like using the built-in mic jack, using my Rode VideoMic Pro. In the wide setting, you can see the mic over here, but in linear, it's kind of okay. So this should sound way better because it's a $200 mic instead of the built-in one, which, tell me, how does the built-in one sound compared to the Media Mod compared to this one? Post in the comments below. Which one sounds better? Is that a noticeable difference? I specifically came here to the Giant's Causeway to test this mic. Tap, tap. How does this sound out here in the middle of Ireland on the Giant's Causeway? Giants made this like 65 million years ago. Does it sound good? Can you hear me, man? There's a bit of wind. Luckily, there's no rain today.
Kind of cold, but good.
Can you hear Leela on that mic in this wind?
Plates parted, lava came up. Top part of the lava cooled very quickly, created a really hard crust. The rest of the lava underneath in that pool cooled very slowly. As it cooled slowly, it started to contract and split and crack, hence these lovely columns being formed. Called the Giant's Causeway.
GoPros are great for looking out your window, doing time lapses and showing you where you've been, like we've done a bunch of on this trip. But you can also just mount to the window so you can talk without having to, you know, mess with the camera. And right now I've got the front-facing mic on for the, oh, look at what. Oh, dude, that's amazing. Can you see, is it wide enough? You probably can't see that. But right now I have the front-facing mic on, and this is one way you could do your narration. Is this good enough? Or should I stick the other mic on there? Sadly, I'm no longer in Ireland, but I'm back at home in Moore Park. But I was in Ireland for the purpose of creating business videos like this one. And here's concrete proof. I'm wearing a shirt from 353 CrossFit. That is the CrossFit gym we found in Dublin. 353 is the area code for Dublin. So IRS, make no mistake, I was in Ireland making business videos. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about light. Right now I'm illuminating my face with the GoPro light. And it's okay, except for a couple things. Number one, could be a little bit brighter, the way I've got the ISO set. And number two, the background looks really warm compared to how blue I look. And that is because those are super warm lights, and that is a very cool light, very blue light, and together they don't mix and match very well, and you can't adjust the color temperature on that light. So this doesn't look great. I would never mount a light to the top of the camera for a studio situation like this. It just doesn't look that great. And even if I wasn't illuminating that with those lights, it's not an ideal lighting situation. What about the GoPro light itself? Is it a good light? Should you have it? Should you ever use it? Well, in a situation like in the pub earlier in this video, it works fine. You know, it gives you more illumination than the surrounding lights, and it looks better than having no light at all. So that kind of works. If you're outdoors at night, you want to light your face, it's not bad. You can light other things with it as well, so it's not bad. I actually have another light. I've got this one, except it's massive. The thing weighs like 75 times more than the GoPro itself, and the reality is I almost never use it. I sometimes bring it around with me, and every once in a while I use it. It's a light that costs less than the GoPro. The GoPro light's 50 bucks. This was like $39, I think, but it's so big it would not be practical on a GoPro. What are the advantages of the GoPro light? Well, it's GoPro branded if you care, and it's super tiny and portable, which is kind of cool. But the reality is it's way overpriced. I did a quick search on Amazon and there are a bunch of lights that do a lot more for a lot less money. For example, here's one that's a dive light. You can mount it to the bottom of your GoPro, take it underwater to 147 feet, and it's over twice as bright as the GoPro light and costs half as much. That's just one example, but there's a bunch of options out there. So should you buy the GoPro light? Would I buy the GoPro light again if I wasn't doing a review on it? No, I wouldn't get it. There are better options out there for less money. This light is so painfully ugly mixed with that I can't do it anymore. Let me just switch it up. That is infinitely better. And this proves another point. Is the GoPro good enough for creating studio content like this? If you use lights that are decent, like these LED lights I have, little soft boxes over them, it looks pretty dang good. It doesn't look as good as my GH5. Most of my videos are shot on that GH5 if you want a comparison, but it looks not bad at all. Most people watch videos on their phone. No one's gonna notice a difference. So is the GoPro adequate for all of your video content? Yeah, probably so. I don't think anyone's gonna notice a difference or care, so looks pretty decent. Now if you like zoom in super close, you can see the difference, and it's not as good in low light as a camera with a bigger sensor and stuff, but the GoPro's a pretty decent all-around camera. Let's talk about audio now. That's the main thing the Media Mod is good for, is changing up the audio for your GoPro. How do I sound? Right now we're using the built-in microphones on the GoPro Media Mod, which is attached to my camera right now. That's all I've been using for this segment so far. And how does it sound? Is it usable? Is it good? This is a shotgun mic. It is supposed to direct the microphone to whatever it's pointed at and exclude other sounds. In this situation, I'm in my studio, so there's not a lot of other sounds to exclude. Got my computer quietly humming in the background, but not a lot of other noise. Let's go ahead and compare it now to the mics that are actually built into the GoPro and see what the difference is. This is what I sound like using the built-in mics on the GoPro Hero 8, not using the Media Mod, just the mics built into the GoPro Hero 8 as it comes out of the box. What do you think? How does this sound? We're in a pretty controlled environment. There's not a lot of background noise. The door's closed, the window's closed, you got carpet on the floor. So how does this sound? About 3 feet away from me. Built-in mics on the GoPro Hero 8, not using the Media Mod. Right now I'm speaking to you using the VideoMic Pro mounted on top of the Media Mod and plugged into the 3.5mm jack in the back of the Media Mod. How does this sound to you? This is a mic that I paid, I think, $229 for originally. I think you get it for like under $200 now. It's a pretty great mic. I use it all the time, and it's, again, about 3 feet away from me. How does this sound compared to the Media Mod mics and the mics built into the GoPro itself? What do you think so far? And now I'm speaking to you using a $20 lavalier mic. This happens to be a Boya. There's links for all the stuff I talk about in the description below if you're interested in any of this stuff. But how does this sound? And this is possible because I have the Media Mod and it's plugged into the Media Mod using the preamp, the mic preamp that is built into the Media Mod. So how does this sound? There are several factors that determine how good your audio is going to sound. One of them is the quality of the mic. This is a pretty cheap mic, but another factor is how close the mic is to your mouth. This is really close to my mouth, so that's an advantage this mic has over the others in this testing situation. Another factor is the quality of the preamp built into whatever you're plugging into, in this case the Media Mod. Another factor is the acoustics of the room. Are there a lot of hard surfaces or soft surfaces? Carpet. I've got carpet on the floor, but everything else is a hard surface, but there are other soft surfaces to pick up the echo, such as these soft boxes right in front of me, so that helps improve the quality of the sound a little bit. And another factor, which is huge, is the amount of background noise. Now, I've seen a lot of tests for this Media Mod and the built-in mic, and most of them are done in a controlled environment like this. I think more value is in taking this Media Mod and taking it to Ireland and seeing what it sounds like in a pub or on the beach, because the mic on the Media Mod is a shotgun mic and it's directional. It's supposed to be able to focus in, hone in on one source, me speaking, it's pointing right at my mouth, and it's supposed to be able to exclude other sounds around it. And in this room, since there's not a lot going on, no other sounds, it's kind of hard to test that. Those earlier tests would be a better way to determine if that is actually working at all. What do you think? Was it able to cut out the waves in the background? Was it able to cut out the noise in the pub? Now that you've had a chance to hear all four of these mic combinations of possibilities, which one do you think sounds best? Go ahead and post that in the comments below. And while you're posting in the comments, don't forget to subscribe, man. I got lots of great videos on the channel and you don't want to miss them. What's my opinion? Well, I think the mics built into the Media Mod sound terrible. and I would never use them in a studio situation like this. If I was outdoors and had no other options, would I use the built-in mics on the GoPro or the Media Mod mics? I would go with the Media Mod mics if there was any background noise at all, because they do slightly cut out the background noise. If you listen to the beach scene and the bar scene, the Media Mod mics cut out the background noise a bit. So it does help with that, even though the overall quality of the sound isn't that great. However, if you're in a silent situation, in the outdoors, vlogging, whatever, and there's no other sound going on, which is going to be really rare, the mics on the GoPro sound pretty dang great. And this was a surprising thing for me. The mics built into the GoPro itself without the Media Mod, they have a really low noise floor. That means when you're not speaking, you don't hear this hiss. Like if I stop right now, you're gonna hear some hiss. Put on headphones or listen closely to your speakers. When I'm not speaking into this thing, I'm plugged into that preamp and it's not perfect. This isn't perfect, so you get some noise floor, which is much higher than the noise floor for the built-in mics on the actual GoPro. The bottom line there is I'm pretty impressed with the sound of the GoPro. I think it sounds pretty dang good, just raw in this room. It didn't sound bad at all. It sounded maybe a little more echoey, picking up more of the ambient noise because it's not a directional mic than say this, which is so close to my mouth, or the shotgun mic on top of the camera, but it sounded pretty dang good. So mics built into the GoPro Hero 8, 2 thumbs up on those. How about the $200 shotgun mic mounted on top of the camera, the VideoMic Pro? I use that mic a lot, I love it, but this far from my face, the noise floor is just too high. Between the quality of the mic and the mic preamps in the Media Mod, the noise floor is like actually way higher than I thought it would be. Although it may sound a little bit better in one regard than the mics built into the GoPro Hero 8, in another regard, the noise floor is so high, it's kind of comparable. And this lavalier mic, even though it's the cheapest mic of all of them, it sounds in one regard better than all of them. It seems to have a little bit better bass, but I think the better sound is mostly because it is so close in proximity to my mouth. So all the mics except the Media Mod mic have something kind of going for them. So what's the answer? What should you do as far as mics? Well, number one, should you buy the Media Mod if you have a GoPro Hero 8? And 100% yes, because it does allow you to plug other microphones into it. It gives you 2 cold shoes, so you can mount a light and a mic at the same time, and it's got the ability to charge it continuously or charge it without having to take any doors off, because it's got that USB-C port in the back. And also, really importantly, even though I don't have this yet, it's not out yet, you can plug in that flip screen so you can see yourself. One thing that's bothered me a lot while shooting all this stuff is trying to frame it. I can't see myself. I didn't bother plugging it into an HDMI monitor, which I could do, but I really love to have a flip screen so I could see what is going on with this thing. So yes, buy the Media Mod. No, don't use the built-in mic on the Media Mod unless you're outdoors and you've got no other options. What do you do? What would I suggest that you do? Well, if you're in the studio, I would do what I do in the studio, and I'm not doing it in this video. I would take a shotgun mic like this one, like the VideoMic Pro I have mounted there, and I would mount it on a boom and put it just out of frame right over me, pointing down at me. Don't point it up. You want it just out of frame, pointing down on you. And then you have a mic that you can use in the studio for the cost of a cheap stand. For like 30 bucks, you can get a stand where you can just mount it right here, right out of frame, and it's gonna be close, like 8 or 10 inches from your mouth. That's gonna sound better than anything we've heard today because it's so close to your face and it's a really good mic. Should you get the VideoMic Pro if you have a GoPro? Probably not, because it's so big. I would get the Rode VideoMic Pro. It's a smaller mic and sounds almost as good and is much more appropriate for a camera this small. And again, you could mount that on top of your camera, so when you're out there vlogging on the scene, it'll sound pretty dang great. And when you're vlogging, you're holding the camera and mic closer to you, so it's gonna sound a lot better than this sounds even here in this studio. And number 2, you can just mount that on a boom right over you, and boom, you're set. So that's what I would do. Use the VideoMic Pro when you're out in the field, and use the VideoMic Pro here on a boom close to your face. In the studio, you could also just get a lavalier mic like this one, and it's gonna sound pretty dang great. And people probably aren't even gonna hear that noise floor. I'm like super picky. I was listening with my studio headphones and really listening to see which sounded best. And if you've got music going in the background, you're nobody's gonna really hear that hissy thing, and this sounds pretty darn good. Links for everything I've spoken about are down below if you're interested in any of those products. Would you be interested in a full vlog about my trip to Ireland? We were there for like 9 or 10 days and it was pretty epic, and I'd love to share more of it with you, but just let me know in the comments below if that's something you'd like to see. I know it's not normally what I do on this channel, but it's kind of fun. Also, remember to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button right down there. And if you want more information about audio, I made a great video about mics, and that is right there. Please check it out. I cannot wait to see how your videos sound after watching this video.